There is a big problem with truth. And that big problem is that most people aren't prepared to face it. And the reason that they're not prepared to face it is because it actually mirrors their lives. And rather than look at everything else that's going on around them and criticize that, they never take the time to look at themselves, which means to actually tell the truth and look at the truth means having to take a deep look at their own lives. They would rather sit in front of the TV or the computer or social media and see what somebody else is doing. They would rather look at the celebrities and the fake people that are put out there so we can focus upon their lives and not our own. This needs to change, because until people stop watching the news which programs them, until they watch the TV shows that tell them what to think and how to think, it's not going to change. But it's not going to change until they look at how fucking shitty their own lives are. And this is where they don't want to look. And this is the sad part about it. People need to take responsibility for their lives instead of complaining about them. They sit there and they say how bad things are, but do nothing to make the change to make their lives better. They think that by carrying on and burying their heads in the sand, that life is just going to be okay. And as they gloss over the shittiness of the fucking world around them and their lives, nothing changes for them. When we try and explain to them what's going on in the world, and we try to tell them the truth about how shitty the news and the TV and the bullshit that comes through it is, they ignore us. When we try and tell them how their money's going to disappear from the banks because of these corrupt corporations, they think we're crazy and they don't listen. When we try and tell them that the governments have been infiltrated by corrupt organisations and what's coming down the pipeline is going to make their lives so miserable that what they're experiencing now is probably bliss. But they think we're crazy, so they ignore us. And this is the trouble with the truth. It starts with yourself. It starts with you taking a good look at your life, realising that what you have made in your life, sitting there, being brainwashed by the shit that comes through the channels on the TV and also on social media, that nothing's going to change for you. And it's not going to change until you are prepared to change that yourself. Until you realise that the people who are actually out there trying to help you are not idiots. They see what you don't see. And the reason you don't see it is because you are so buried in the fucking bullshit that you sit in front of and watch every day, and your mind absorbs that and you think this is real life. But it gives you something to talk about. It gives you something to criticise and say how bad it is. And oh, look what they're doing. Look at the Kardashians. Look at this, look at that. Take a look at your own life. Sort your shit out before it's too late. Because what's coming down the pipeline is seriously going to fuck your life up.